Match week number 10 in the Premier League brings not one, not two, but three derby matches. My name is Mikey Smith, and after an inauspicious start, I'm back for more bold predictions. Number 1. An emotional Manchester derby. Manchester City returned to the winner's circle last Saturday with a hard-fought 2-1 win at home to Brighton. United then followed suit with a 2-1 win at Sheffield United. Playing in their first home league game since the sad passing of Sir Bobby Charlton, United will be desperate to get a victory in his honour. City lead United in almost every metric and are likely to dominate possession at Old Trafford. The Reds will take heart from the fact though that they're competent in the press. They're the league leaders for winning possession in the final third and will look to make this count in the derby. They also impressively won this fixture 2-1 back in January, with Marcus Rashford taking centre stage and Erling Haaland kept very quiet. I boldly predict that this will be a derby to remember for those of a red persuasion. Erling Haaland will fail to score. United will take the points. Number 2. Double trouble in the capital. The match week kicks off with two London derbies, with leaders Spurs travelling to Crystal Palace in the Friday night game before Chelsea host neighbours Brentford. Tottenham are yet to lose all season, while Palace are coming off the back of a 4-0 drubbing at Newcastle. This looks like a nailed-on away win, especially as Palace have only won once against this opposition in their last 16 attempts. But Selhurst Park on a Friday night will have a rocking atmosphere, and perhaps Brazilian wonder kid Matthias Franca could be an attacking catalyst for the Eagles. Chelsea, meanwhile, were disappointed to only take a point from their London derby against Arsenal last week, and will be keen to bounce back from that disappointment against Brentford. The Bees have been wasteful in front of goal this season, missing more big chances than any other side, but they scored 3 times without reply last week in their victory against Burnley. Thomas Frank's side will certainly carry a goal threat. They've also won on their last 2 visits to Stamford Bridge and are unbeaten in their last 12 London derbies. I predict that at least one of Palace or Brentford will cause an upset in the capital this weekend. Number 3. Hungry Fati and Wilson. Ansu Fati scored his second goal in English football last weekend in Brighton's 2-1 defeat at Manchester City, and Callum Wilson scored Newcastle's 4th goal in their 4-0 drubbing of Crystal Palace. Fati only has 141 league minutes under his belt, but has made an impact when he has played. In fact, he leads the league in XG per 90 and shots per 90. Only Wilson is ahead of the Spaniard for goals per 90, and he also leads the way for shots on target per 90, averaging 3.3. Neither player is a guaranteed starter this weekend, but I boldly predict that both players will find the net in match week 10. Number 4. Red Cherries. Bournemouth paid the price for Lewis Cook's ill discipline in their 2-1 home defeat against Wolves last week, their first red card in the Premier League since January 2020. It feels like this week's match against Burnley is a must-win for Andoni Iraola, and there's a lot of pressure on his team as well. They currently lead the league for fouls per match with 14, and that coupled with the pressured environment they'll find themselves in could lead to another red card. I wrongly predicted last week that Bournemouth would beat Wolves, but I won't be making that mistake again. Instead, I predict that dismissals will be like London buses for Bournemouth, and they'll see another red card in their game against Burnley. Number 5. West Ham's hangover. West Ham have enjoyed a decent start to the season, as David Moyes again juggles European football with the bread and butter of the Premier League. But after just 1 league win in 5, Hammers fans will demand 3 points from the visits of struggling Everton. Now, I know this is a divisive metric, but according to Opta, West Ham have been outperforming their XG this season, while Everton have been massively underperforming based on theirs. Add that to the fact that this game is just 3 days after the Hammers play Olympiacos in the Athens Heat. I believe that Everton will come out on top at the London Stadium. So there they are, my bold predictions for match week 10 in the Premier League. You can get yours in via the comments, and you can click here to see where I went wrong in match week 9.